god. My electricity just turned off out of nowhere. I was like trying to turn the song on Spotify and trying to go to iMovie at the same time, and all of a sudden it just turned off. It just cut back on though right away, but there was a couple of seconds there I was just like I got my blood drawn again today, and check out this dank bruise from the straight needle. Oh man, it's really not even that bad, but it just looks bad from my angle. Like, to me that looks like a what is it called, a hematosis or something, where it just they didn't get the vein properly, so it caused blood to pool like right under the skin, like below the first layer or something, outside of the vein, and it caused like a hematosis. But I think it's just because they use like the abnormally large gauge needle. You know, they didn't use like a butterfly needle. Normally this wouldn't happen at all with a butterfly needle, but I think given that it's me, it would have happened. Oh my god. And what he did, holy crap. I'm having a headache just thinking about it right now. He put the tourniquet on my arm, like right here, and it cut off the circulation on me entirely, all the way. So then he starts to palpate this vein. He palpates with his gloves on, and I can feel the pain all the way down in my thumb, like down here. And I'm just like, hold on a second, this does not feel right. Because I have to draw blood for what I do as a profession, and my patients never complain about it hurting whenever I put the tourniquet on. So I'm like, can you like, this is really uncomfortable. And then he undoes the tourniquet, and I was like, I think you did it a little bit too close, like it's too tight. If you do it up here slightly, somewhere here, like right here, for me, that would be a decent amount. But even for me here, even if it's just like 3 inches exactly, it still would hurt too much. So you have to literally, I mean, my veins are very good, so if you can see the vein, you don't even have to really put the tourniquet on that freaking tight, because I mean, how do you know that your patient's not just gonna pass out, you know, from not getting enough oxygen? So, and I don't trust them to do it that fast. I don't trust anybody to draw blood that freaking fast. So that they will just leave the tourniquet on for a couple of seconds. Like, I don't buy it for a second at all. So yeah, so I had him redo it a little bit higher up, like more closer to where the bone like is meets the muscle, and there isn't quite as much mass. Like, this is all like muscle mass, whereas here it's not as, here's less mass, here's less muscle mass, and the bone is like right there. So, you know, I have more reinforcement there for the tourniquet. And I was like, are you serious? Oh my god, I thought I was gonna die, or something bad was gonna happen if he didn't fix it. Like, I was gonna cry. I was Oh my god, the internet's acting so weird. As you saw from an earlier clip, I just got off the phone with my mom, and I told her that I got my blood redrawn and stuff. I'm so nervous, y'all. So freaking nervous. Like, what is wrong with me? So anyways, my sister-in-law was like talking to me one day, and she was like, I kind of want to do medical assisting, and I was like, I think probably it'd be better to do LPN. Medical assisting is good, but LPN, I mean, if you can pull it off, then, and like you know what you're doing, then you know, do LPN, because there's no really any point in doing medical assisting other than, you know, like you're trying to get your foot in the door type of thing in the healthcare field, or you're like trying to see if healthcare is the way to go for you. That's kind of why I chose to do healthcare, and partially because, you know, I had like a lot of free time on my hands, and so because I wasn't going to regular college, I had to, like, I was attending University of South Carolina, USC in Columbia for a time, but I felt that it was not the right environment for me because of like the way that the college system kind of made me feel. I felt very lonely. I didn't really see a lot of people that I felt like mentally were as mature as me. And yeah, and it was, so people that I grew up with in South Carolina, like in high school, up to high school, people knew me very, very well, and they knew that I'm Muslim, I don't drink, first of all, and they knew me, like they knew that you probably wouldn't see me outside of school and outside of class, period, you know. I would go to school and I would go home. I didn't really care what other people thought of me socially, and socially probably people hated me because of just not like, just because I wouldn't do what everybody else would do and what the norm was, or like, you know, what society expected of me, sort of thing, because I grew up in the States, and like Pakistan, where I'm originally from, is very, very different compared to here. So the people are different, society is different. And so in order to basically maintain normalcy or whatever, normalcy or like kind of status quo or whatever, I like did anything that I would be doing if I was in school in Pakistan. Yeah, I mean, you know, and I didn't really care about what other people thought, or other people necessarily at all. Like, I just, you know, it is what it is. I mainly kind of restricted myself to hanging out with, like, other Pakistanis and other Muslim people, just due to the fact that the culture was slightly different, or my mom wouldn't even let me really hang out with my sisters. So my brother mainly was there with me all the time. And if I didn't have any like Pakistani friends around me, then like I didn't hang out with anyone, because you know, we generally didn't live around any other Pakistani people. Not a lot of, it was in like a hugely like Muslim neighborhood where I was from. So I was alone all the time. Other than like talking to my mom and stuff, that's about it. So when college came along, I applied, I got in, everything was going great. I had absolutely zero complaints from me personally, but like, I also felt that like none of my peers that I went to high school with like felt it to be necessary or pertinent that they go to college or attend college. So I decided that I would be like them in a general sense, and you know, just not even worry about getting a job or anything like that. And stay my butt at home. I felt like when college hit, there's way too much pressure, I felt like, on me. And I didn't know why it was. I felt maybe like that there was a sign or something, because I had never been away from my mom, and I felt like, you know, I didn't want to, like, I felt like she didn't trust me. I didn't do any drinking in college or anything like that, for the record, but I was really scared of peer pressure, and being pressured into doing those things, because I would be away from my mom for 4 whole years, and because she also is very traditional Pakistani person, she was not really exposed to the environment here, and like how easily, you know, you can be pushed into doing something. I also felt like it was kind of dangerous for me to be on campus too, and you probably have seen in the news and stuff, you know, it's not always very safe at all in the States. So that is one of the primary reasons I would always stay close to my family, as well. So I always was a little bit scared that if I was gonna just be away from my mom for a couple of seconds, that some psychopath was gonna hit up the campus or something, because like I grew up in South Carolina, and the Virginia shootings and stuff, that was only a couple of states away from me, and I mean I grew up with those things and that stuff being in the news, so I was constantly on high alert, and I just didn't feel safe enough to be being on campus. So I was like, at first I was like, okay, this is really not safe, but I didn't know how to break it to my mom. So it took some time. I attended for about a semester, and then I was like, I'm just gonna come home. So, and I'm gonna try to just take some classes close to home and just like live at home. That way I won't have to like pay for, maybe I can save some money and live with you. And plus my brother was also living at home at the time as well. So I was like, I just don't want to you know, I just don't want to. I prefer to just save money. People are saving, they're trying to save money, which I grew up not really giving a fuck about money at all. So that was also kind of weird and something new to me when I started college, that everybody was just so scared about like spending a penny, and I was just like, this is weird. This is very, very, very weird. So this is something that I learned, that when you venture out after high school and go into college, it's sort of a culture shock. It is sort of a culture shock. And so I decided to go home and stay with my mom, and then just work out stuff from there. I also had my sisters in, you know, where we used to live in Spartanburg County. So I felt too far away from them, and I didn't want to make such a huge like sacrifice. So yeah, I like went home and stayed my butt at home, and then in 2011, like only a year later, I moved to Texas. I think I got the idea that I wanted to move to a warmer state anyway, and see how going to college would be like in a warmer climate area thing. So I didn't want to like end up growing up in that culture shock of a college. I also kind of felt like the school system wasn't very good. So yeah. Anyway, college dropout. But I did end up, so when I moved down here, I continued my studies, and I got my associate's degree in science, at least. And now I was just on the phone with my mom, and I did my medical assisting. So, you know, I didn't totally drop out of college, but normally when you like withdraw from classes, when you enter into college right after high school, you're considered a college dropout. So then I moved down here. I started doing medical assisting here, the program, and then I also did my associate's degree here, or I finished up my associate's degree. I think I had started it already in South Carolina, and I just had a few credits that I needed to take in order to complete it here. So I did that here in Houston, and then I was just on the phone with my mom, and I think if I don't end up doing medical school, I can at least try to do my LPN here. It's super inexpensive. It's like $1,100, and it's a 1-year program, and I'll be making like a lot more money. Like I'll be making $17 an hour or something like that, if I do that, and it's only a 1-year program. So I could do that right now. That would be pretty cool. But I also am gonna look into the BSN program at U of H. They have a campus in Katy, which is closer to my brother's house, so I feel kind of comfortable with the location. But Houston's pretty great, like overall, like location wise, like nothing is too far. from anything. So it's really nice. So I was telling my mom that I wanted to probably pursue this this bachelor's degree. I mean, I don't think it would hurt anything. And it would be a bachelor's of science in nursing. So I could get my RN, like I could just be a registered nurse, and they start out making, if I wanted to pursue nursing at the end of that program, they start making $35 an hour, as far as I know. It just depends on where you are, obviously, and everything, but you know, and I don't have any qualms about that. Like, that's pretty great, you know, like it's okay. I just like the fact that I can sort of obtain my education and then be able to work in that and make like a living, like a decent living, doing what I love. So yeah, and it's not even that like far-fetched of an idea to do. So yeah, I'm seriously actually considering doing that. And my mom was like, she got really excited, obviously, because I am super excited about this. My mom was like, you could, since you already went to U of H, they probably already have a record of you and everything, and you wouldn't even have to, like, I don't even have that many credits to transfer over to them. So it could just be really great. It could just be really great. So I think I'm gonna have to look into that. I have to look into prerequisites and see what kind of GPA they are looking for, and overall what kind of individual that they're looking for, like personality that they're looking for. And that's what matters most. If your personality kind of works, then, you know, it's gonna be better for you. So if your personality is more suited to nursing versus like engineering or music, then, like, you know, you're judged based on that whenever you apply and you do, you know, whatever the application process is. So just to see if it's even worth it, or to see if it's worth it. So yes, you guys, oh my gosh, I could be done with my bachelor's degree in like a couple of years. I mean, that's like a big deal. My health has also always been an issue, and I told my mom, I was like, I don't know if this is right for me because of the seizures. I don't want to be alone. And then so of course she jumped on board like when she heard me say that. So I was like, you know, I'm not really in a big rush. I already know what I want to do. I just don't want to do it like away from you, and I hope you understand that. So she did. So but I feel like if I'm doing like medically like a little bit better and not worse, you know, then I can probably pull off a bachelor's in nursing, or a bachelor's in something here in the next couple of years. And this is coming from someone that felt like I wasn't going to be able to do anything back when I started college because of my health. So it's kind of a lot. It's kind of a lot. Acne is bothering me. It is so dry. My chin's really dry. My skin is really dry. So yeah. Anyways, everyone, happy Thursday. Don't forget to like, share, comment, or sorry, now it's Thursday. Happy Wednesday. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I will talk to you guys on the next vlog. Also, I am going to be, sorry, my eyebrow really itches because I have acne in there. I had 3 bowls of Cocoa Puffs with fat-free milk today. Fat-free is definitely the way to go for me from now on. I was just telling my mom how there is absolutely no difference between drinking whole milk and fat-free milk, except for that you can actually taste the fat and you can feel the fat on your body after consuming whole milk. And then I had leftover ramen with the chicken. I had to like kind of toast the chicken in the frying pan like you would fajitas, just to make sure that it was like done all the way, like thoroughly cooked all the way. So that's what I had to eat. It's pretty delicious.